Time to talk through another problem and potential solution, another project. But this one's a good problem to have. I'm in the office right now. This is my problem. And this is my problem. I got mealworms everywhere in my office. The reason they're in my office is that I have an air conditioner in here set to 64 degrees just to keep it cooler in here. Cooler than the farm, which is at 80. Cooler than outside, although it's starting to turn to fall and the evenings are getting cool. But the days, end of the day is getting nice and warm. And so I need the coolness to slow down pupation. Pupation is a natural part of the mealworm life cycle, but I need the larvae. That's what I ship out. And so by putting them in colder temperatures, by putting those larvae in colder temperatures, you're going to reduce the number of pupa. 64 isn't low enough though. That's the lowest a standard air conditioner unit, window unit will go. And so what I'm going to do is play with a CoolBot. So I'm going to walk through what I'm going to do in the short term, and then what that long term is going to look like. And I'm curious what you all think about the potential cooler and where the project's going to end up. CoolBot. So let's walk through things right now and kind of talk through current state. First stage of the plan while the building of the cooler happens, and we'll go through that. So here's the disaster of an office. Mostly it's cluttered because this mealworm stuff here. I need another set of shelves here. I actually have them sitting right there. Just can't build them yet because I'm storing all these mealworms in here. I have the window unit over there. That thing blows nice and easy at 64 degrees. My first stage of the plan is to take the CoolBot and install it in here. Now, let's pause for a moment right there. This room that I'm in is not built as a cooler. It's got standard 2x4 walls, bad insulation. I've blown in insulation up above. My goal with using the CoolBot in here is to get down to 61, 60 degrees, something like that, just to get familiar with the CoolBot. This CoolBot, it's the CoolBot Pro. It's got a couple extra features to it that I want to play with and get it hooked up to my Wi-Fi so I can look at it remotely, see the information, see the data via the app. And so I want to do that while I'm working on the actual cooler that I'm going to be building. Okay, so this room is not spec'd out to be cold temperatures, but two things. One, I'm not going to run super cold. I'm going to get down to 60. I'm going to start at like 61, 62, see how the temperature does with the sensor push and with the data from the CoolBot Pro. And then the second thing is it's kind of chilly outside. So it's Missouri, so it's cooler overnight. It's warming up in the afternoon. It's getting to about 80 degrees Fahrenheit right now. And so it doesn't need to work super hard. And again, I'm only going down a couple degrees lower than the standard temperature for the AC. So my goal is not to get it down to 40 to 43 degrees, which is the goal in the future with the official cooler. And so this is just a way for me to kind of start playing with the CoolBot Pro, get familiar with it, ask some questions if I have any to the CoolBot team, and then go from there. So let's talk about where the actual cooler is going to go and how that's going to look. This is the flip side of the office. So the office door is right in there. That's where we were looking in. You come in here, this is the insect room. What I'm planning on doing is putting a door, human door, right here, standard insulated human door, because it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit in this room year round for the mealworms. And so I do need some sort of insulated door, standard outdoor door, even though this won't go outdoors, just to buffer the temperature in here at 80 and the temperature in that cooler at 40 degrees. By putting it here behind that wall, it will allow me to get the mealworms harvested, collected, put in there, stored. The door will allow us to get it in and out easy so that we can package it out here. And it's close to the office where I need to get in and out, potentially look at orders, look at quantity, look at inventory. This is just a good location for it. On the flip side of that wall, let's go over there and talk about that. So now we are outside, and that wall that we were just talking about is back there. This is the office wall, okay? And so what I'm planning on doing is I'm gonna lay out some trays. These are all clean trays. Ben got these knocked out yesterday. Super excited because we will do beetle swap today. Really grateful for his effort yesterday to knock all these out. But what I'm going to do is essentially build a wall here and a wall that way, and then that will all be insulated. The plan is to have foam board on the outside, and then potentially spray foam on the inside. I need to price that out, talk to a couple local places too, just to see if they can knock it out for me real quick. I do need to be mindful of the garage door. So I can't go all the way up because I have the garage door there. So I'm probably gonna go maybe this tray height as far as height, so that way nobody has to duck, primarily me because I'm tall. Nobody has to duck in that room. It needs to be tall enough for the door, which I think will swing, well, the door's gonna swing out so that there's more storage room in here. And so I need insulation on top as well. So I think somewhere around here is how tall that's gonna be. CoolBot had a lot of really good info on their website. Links are below as far as insulation recommendations, resources, things like that. The right R values you need to aim for, a really good source of information. I reviewed a lot of that while I was doing some initial research. So again, those links are below, check those out. But that's the plan for right now. So I'm going to, all these trays are eventually going to go inside today, maybe late today, and then I'll start mapping out what the, I was going to say floor plan, what the plan's going to be for the size of this room. I need enough to store stacks of trays with mealworms and enough to store, after I package orders, I like to put them in a cooler area instead of having them in the 80-degree Fahrenheit room. I don't think I want to take them into the office, although I might do that. But I just don't want to keep the office that cold, to be honest. Even at 64 in the wintertime, it's not going to be super comfortable. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to try to make this big enough that I can get packaged orders in here as well. So that's the current plan. If you're interested in CoolBot, there is a link below, a referral link. Now, let me tell you about that. Full transparency, I did get the CoolBot Pro for free. I reached out to CoolBot, chatted with them. They were gracious enough to send me one. They have a referral code, a referral link. I've got that. Mine is below. I get nothing from that. So I asked them to set it up to where you get the full discount. So when you use that link, you use that referral code, you'll get the full discount. None of that's coming back to me. I got the CoolBot Pro. Like I'm happy with that. Super ecstatic that they were able to send that to me. I'm going to test that out, get it used here, and probably be, unless anyone knows, I'll probably be the first mealworm farm or mealworm business with a CoolBot Pro running to keep things cool. Big improvement over the fridge, which is this guy here. Big improvement over that and having to store it in my office by having a dedicated room. But look at all the resources from CoolBot. What I really like about that is that they are trying to set you up for success. It's not just, here's the device, go off and play. They've got videos on how to do installation. They've got recommendations. They have units for ACs that they know work and will be successful for you. Really like that. So check them out. Use that link below. Again, I get nothing from that. That's all for you guys. And if you have any recommendations about what I'm doing here, any feedback, leave those in the comments. I appreciate it.